Coming to you from 44 Stanley in Mill Park in Johannesburg, a warm welcome to the Art Bulletin. It's almost time for the annual Dance Umbrella, and this year they're celebrating 25 years of existence. This festival of artists of movements encompasses both local and international talent.
Joburg's internationally loved Dance Umbrella has been staged for 25 years now, and they're celebrating this milestone the best way they can through a 3-day dance production. Dance Umbrella is an annual festival which is hosted later in the year, celebrating and showcasing local and international talent, giving them a platform to share and mentor each other. It is also a platform for young and big names of the stage, either as dancers or choreographers, where they share their art. Celebrations of the 25 years will be happening at the Wits Theatre in Braamfontein from Thursday.
Acclaimed UK blues singer and guitarist Matt Woozy will wow fans at the Kalk Bay Theatre in Cape Town from next Wednesday until Sunday. Woozy is embarking on his first world tour, which will include SA and the US for 2 months.
The BBC has described Woozy as completely convincing and a master at what he does. The West Midlands-born guitarist combines an explosive slap and pick right-hand guitar technique with big-range blues vocals. He recently launched his new album titled On the Wagon. Woozy will be performing solo and will play material spanning his first 5 albums and the new album. He has played at some of the largest blues festivals in Belgium, France and Holland.
On Friday evening, UNISA's Professor Tinyiko Maluleka will open From Marikana to Constitution Hill, an exhibition of sculptures by Professor Piti Kantuli. That exhibition will take place at the Constitution Hill's Women's Jail.
When Marikana actually erupted, all my forgotten pain, my forgotten memories, my peacefulness suddenly seemed to be coming to an end. And the best way I could actually react to this, in order to find my basic humanity, was then to begin to address myself to recording the life of the miner in the green blanket, to record the lives of those people that were killed. And because they were workers, I had to use working tools, hose, wheelbarrow frames, corrugated iron, and gearbox heads.
Funny man Mark Banks will host his first one-man show after a long absence from live stage on his own. Banks Rubbed is the name of the production that will be staged at the Lyric Theatre.
Mark Banks is working on his new show titled Banks Rubbed. This is a sketch comedy showcase which features tons of characters that he uses to portray the current situation of where we are as a nation. He features the Minister of Poverty, Mr. Cargod, and various other characters.
Wrapped in Banks Wrapped. Mark Banks in Banks Wrapped.
The Day of Lovers has varied activities on offer to make you enjoy this day, whether you celebrate Valentine's or not.
Gerard Human's works are derived from odd moments in comic stories. His work is usually inspired by his fascination by animation and usually portrays elements of motion.
The Cape Town-based designer and illustrator generates colorful, poppy and grating images of crazy characters. He is inspired by underground comics and animation films, and his illustration work follows a strong narrative notion, often leaving the viewer to come up with their own conclusion. Gerard Human has a super distinct and very action-filled way of drawing, using his muted color palettes, varied line widths and the typographical banners swooping around many of his pieces. Gerard's work is on display at Wolves in Johannesburg until March the 14th.
Santa's Story is an on-stage rendition of 94-year-old Holocaust survivor Santa Pelham's fascinating autobiography. Esteemed opera singer Aviva Pelham is recounting her mother's amazing story through song, helmed by a creative team.
I think it is a very heartwarming, sad, moving story which is true and which resonates with many, many other people in the world, and I think particularly in South Africa. What with the xenophobia and what also with the incredible racism in South Africa's past. The stories, the lessons to learn are not to have hate in your heart, not to be afraid of somebody with a difference, and that is actually what racism of any kind is based on.
The 2013 South African Film and Television Awards are nearing. This as nominees are scheduled to be released on Wednesday. The actual award ceremony takes place on the 15th and 16th of March.
The award season is upon us, and the SABCs are also part of it. The 7th year of the SABCs will take place on the 15th and 16th of March, where fiction and non-fiction big screen and television productions will be honored. The nomination list will be announced on Wednesday. The judging team says there has been an increase in entries this year, with over 120 more entered in the competition.
Valentine's Day is going to be very memorable for Durbanites. This as Joel Zuma launches his first album titled When the Time is Right. The R&B singer feels this is the most appropriate time to launch his mellow melodies, mostly sung in vernacular.
It's an authentic African album, but it has a lot of R&B sort of influences, a touch of jazz flavor. But mostly the message in my album, it carries a message of love, hope and inspiration. So there's a lot of love songs in the album, and but the angle that I took is more the lifetime commitment type of love, not the teenage love that goes nowhere. Love with more direction. I want people to listen to my album and fall in love and want to go back to that ex and make things right.
From Mill Park's buzzing 44 Stanley, that's how we come to wrap today's Art Bulletin. If there's anything you'd like to inquire about that you saw in this bulletin, our email address is morninglive@sabc.co.za. If you'd like to see this bulletin again, you can check it out on our Facebook page. The address is The Art Bulletin, and in brackets, Morning Live. Our Twitter handle is simply @The Art Bulletin. Until next weekend, it's a goodbye from us.